everybody, welcome back to Wedding Wednesdays. So excited to have you guys here. Today I'd like to talk about tips to absorb your wedding day. So much happens during a wedding. People will be asking you a million questions. You got a million things to do, places to be, and it's so easy to kind of get lost in the chaos of it all. And people pulling you one way, asking you like, where's the cake topper? Where's your veil? Where's your, whatever. So these are the things that'll help you slow down in your day, remember to have a good time, and it'll provide you a good experience that you'll look back fondly on your wedding day of, and I think is so important. My first tip is to prioritize memories over anything else. It's so important to think about your memories on your wedding day. It's so easy to get lost in the idea of, okay, at 1 p.m. we have to be at the church, at 1:30 we're getting married, at 1:45 we're doing family photos, then at 1:50 we're doing full bridal party pictures, and then we are doing like our couples pictures and da-da-da-da-da-da. If you think about it from time frame to time frame, you're gonna get stressed out. It's okay if things don't happen on a strict schedule. It's okay if things flow from one event to the other. If some things go quicker, some things go slower, step away from your watch. Just let it go. It's okay. Your photographer or your wedding planner or somebody in your family will make sure you are at the places you need to be when you need to be there. So let it go. But instead, think about, okay, I'm here with my partner and we're going to give each other a few hugs right now and we're going to relax. And maybe we're gonna drink a beer, or he's gonna spin me around a few times, and we're gonna get married today. You wanna think about the activities that you're doing with him or her in those moments, and those sorts of things, instead of, okay, we gotta be here. I think if you look at it this way, it alleviates a lot of the stress and pressures that you'll feel on a wedding day. No matter what, you're getting married. And that's the goal. And your goal is your happily ever after, and this is the day that you should celebrate. You shouldn't be stressed out on your day. So living in the moment, being present, relaxing, and just thinking about everything as this is going to be a memory later. I think that'll help you absorb your day and be a calmer experience for you as you go into your weddings. And I think it's important to prioritize calmness and peace and love on your wedding day, because those are the things that you're going to remember. You're going to remember your emotions more than you're going to remember the moments. So if you're stressed out all day, trying to get from thing to thing, you're going to remember your day as a stressful, busy blur. Whereas if you're calm and peaceful during your day, you're going to remember the beauty of it. And I think that's what's so beautiful about prioritizing memories. So my next tip for absorbing your wedding day is to schedule some alone time. And I know this is really hard. This is a big request, especially coming from a wedding photographer who likes to prioritize filling your day with things and knocking out as many pictures as possible and getting the beautiful shots. Yes, all that's important, but it's also more important to have a second to decompress, especially if you're an introvert. I'm like the introverted extrovert, so I totally get it. I need a few seconds. If I'm at a party or, if I'm hosting something, I kind of totally get the need to go sit in the bathroom for 2 seconds and just go refresh, go outside, and then I'm good and I'm set and I'm ready. I've taken that second for myself to calm down, to relax, to remind myself to absorb the moment. I think it's important to do the same thing with your wedding day, and how you do that is up to you. It can be in the morning whenever you're getting ready, before you go out and you do your whole day, to take a second after you've gotten in your dress and either it just be you or just your mom. Maybe even that's the moment you want to sit down and read the letters that you guys wrote to each other and absorb that and have a second of alone time to decompress before everything starts and is chaotic. That's a good way to do it. Or if you're going to your venue, maybe instead of doing a party bus, you hop in the car with just your partner and just the two of you guys ride together and you talk about what you just did, or you sit in silence and you just be calm for a second and let the peace ride over you before you go into your reception. That's another good way to do it. Or let's say you're at your reception and you have been surrounded by people all day and you're like, okay, I need 2 seconds. Take like 5 minutes and leave off the dance floor, go to a side room and just go, and sit down, because your feet are gonna hurt by then. And take a few seconds and just relax. And I think that's so important, because when you don't relax on your wedding day, it'll show on your face. You wanna be relaxed, you wanna be calm, you wanna have a good time. And I think some alone time, especially for you introverts out there, is important to be able to do that the rest of your day. So making sure that you do that is good. Also, if you're an introvert, maybe consider not having the biggest wedding in the world. Maybe prioritize it down to a smaller group of people and you'll feel a lot more at home on your wedding day. My next tip is to schedule a first look. I'm going to talk about this a lot on my channel across the course of time, I'm sure, because it's so important. First look schedules cause so much extra time in your day, and extra time causes less stress. So first looks are great because you can knock out, you can just, set up your makeup earlier in your day, knock out all your pictures before you roll into your reception. Then you don't have to worry about your guests waiting for you. You don't have to be being pulled a million different directions as you're trying to get your pictures done. You don't have things to do. After you get married, that's it. You can go and party and have a good time with just your spouse. So after that, you're free, So schedule your first look. Knock out all your pictures beforehand. Then you don't have to worry about them. And the photographers will just kind of tail you at a distance, capture you as you're doing your life events anyways. And yeah, it'll be great and beautiful. And you can just fully absorb your moment that way. Okay, my next tip, it isn't always feasible, but sometimes it's really nice, is to schedule some time at your reception to be pulled away for sunset photos. I recommend looking at the time of sunset in advance of your wedding. You can usually go online, go onto Google, and just type in real fast your wedding day and sunset time, and it'll tell you the time that sunset is. And usually when it tells you the time that sunset is, that is when it's hit the horizon and there's no more light. So I'd schedule maybe a half an hour to 15 minutes before that time frame to get the most beautiful sky colors that you can and provide the most light for your photographer. But if you want to just go outside, maybe even for 5 minutes, and just spend a few seconds holding hands, walking together, looking at the sky, giving each other some smooches by yourself without anybody around you, that's the perfect time to step away for a second and just relax. Okay, so my final tip for you guys to absorb your wedding day is to make sure that you guys dance together every few songs. I would say maybe every 5 songs. It's so easy to get separated from your spouse on your wedding day because you've got family on both sides and you're talking to everybody and you're making your rounds, but then suddenly it's been an hour and you haven't even talked to your groom or your bride at all, and that's so common. So if you make sure that you, every 5 songs, just kind of keep a little count in your head, talk to your guests, and then you're like, okay, hang on, I want to go talk to my groom for a little bit. And you go and you pull each other out, you're dancing, you're going to get those candid photos, you're going to have the memories, you're going to laugh, you're going to love it, you're going to have a good time. And you may not be a dancer. If you're not a dancer, that's okay. Maybe just find your groom, hold hands for a little bit, squeeze each other, give each other some kisses, and absorb your day that way. Either way, it's going to be beautiful and you're going to remember having spent that time together, and that's going to be really nice to look back on. And you're going to be really thankful later down the line that you actually took some time at your reception to party together and to have some fun. You don't have to be glued at the hip, but sometimes it's nice if you want to visit your guests. Here's my recommendation for visiting your guests. After dinner, just go ahead and knock out talking to all your guests. Go ahead and get that taken care of so then you can party or chill the amount that you want together at your reception. So those are my tips for absorbing your wedding day. I hope that these are helpful. I hope that they let you live in the moment and these are things that you can think back on. Now, I don't want you to stress out on your wedding day, obviously, and be like, oh, she told me, do this, do that, do that. These things should come on your own. They should be what feels natural to you. Take your break when you need it, not when other people need you to do it. Schedule everything out in advance and maybe schedule your break in there according to what sounds good to you guys. But make sure you take one to absorb your own time one-on-one with nobody else there. And yeah, I hope these things are helpful. Share this to any bride or groom who's going to get married, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, guys.